If you are feeling tired, all of this is through the visual system. Many people are experiencing severe vision problems because they're not getting enough sunlight during the day. They have sleep problems because they're not viewing sunlight early in the day, and they're getting a lot of artificial light stimulation of the eye in the middle of the night. We're not telling people to get away from their phone or from their computers, but we're really talking about some very simple protocols that aren't just designed to improve your sleep, but are really designed to stressing your system. And all of these are essentially zero cost. When you get tired, your eyelids close, and when you're alert, your eyelids are open. That is because you have neurons in your brain that, depending on your level of alertness, will make it easy or hard to keep your eyes open. What happens when we get tired? Our eyelids close and our chin moves down. We tend to nod out this way. If you have ever been in a classroom and the lecture is kind of drawing on and it's the afternoon, what you'll notice is that a number of students, their heads are kind of down. Their eyelids are closing and their chin is dropping, and then you'll see a bunch of heads bouncing back up. Maybe you definitely one of those people in class, in the post-lunch in the afternoon, and it's warm, and you're just out. But when we're wide awake, the opposite happens. Our eyelids are open all the way, and our chin happens to be up. These circuits actually act in loops. When we look up, maybe it's because the melanopsin cells are in the bottom of our retina, and it's because they're there in order to view sunlight, which is overhead, which it is, but that system of alertness is linked to the position of our eyes. So when we look up and our eyelids are up, it actually creates a wakefulness signal for the brain. And so this might seem like the silliest and simple tool that we might ever describe. If you are feeling tired, it actually can be beneficial to the wakefulness systems of the brain, including the locus coeruleus in these areas, that release norepinephrine, to actually look up toward the ceiling. You don't want your chin all the way back, but to look up and to raise your eyes toward the ceiling, and to look up and try and hold that for 10 to 15 seconds. So this isn't looking up and closing your eyes like on a nice sunny day that's relaxing. This is looking up and actually looking up at the ceiling. It actually triggers some of the areas of the brain that are involved in wakefulness. So if you're somebody who's falling asleep at your work, this can be very beneficial. Many people are looking at their phone all day, and their chin is down, and then they're sitting at a computer that's positioned below them, and they're having trouble staying awake or focusing. Positioning your computer screen up at eye level, or sometimes having it actually above eye level, can actually create wakefulness and alertness for the work that you're going to do. This is simply because of the connection between the brainstem circuits and the other neural circuits that control wakefulness and eyelids opening and looking up. It's remarkably simple, almost laughably simple, but it's grounded in some of the most hardwired, meaning present from birth aspects of our neural circuitry. And norepinephrine released from locus coeruleus isn't just a mouthful. It's a really interesting and powerful mechanism for how the rest of the brain wakes up. Locus coeruleus hoses the rest of your brain with norepinephrine in order to wake up those circuits for work and attention. And so eyes up is actually a route into increased alertness. Eyes down is a route into sleepiness, into reduced alertness. Positioning computer screens up high, chin up, looking up if you need to kind of create an alertness signal. Not always being chin down and texting, or working into typewriters, or reading below is actually going to send a recurring wakefulness signal. When things are up, we tend to be alert. When everything's focused down, including our eyes, it tends to have a more suppressive or sedative type signaling to the deeper centers of the brain. These are several simple and effective ways to boost your alertness and reduce migraines and fatigue by using techniques that optimize how your visual system works. These techniques can be implemented at no extra cost and can help you feel more alert and productive throughout the day.